guess from the point I discovered costume design as a medium, I was really interested in clothing and presentation as a form of storytelling. My name's Ruka Johnson, I'm a costume designer and I design the costumes on Win. I've always been interested in film and TV from when I was a kid. Really, I watched a lot of films with my grandmother, who's very present in my life, and she's a big film fan. And she used to show me a lot of films that were, I guess, quite adult at the time, just in terms of themes, a lot of horror and a lot of thrillers. Stuff that I wasn't being allowed to watch with other family members, and I guess that added to the excitement, but she always made it a really fun experience, and I felt like it gave me an understanding of a form of storytelling that maybe at such a young age I wouldn't normally have access to, or maybe other kids didn't have access to. I felt like I had an insight into the adult world. There was a point where I didn't know it was possible to combine, like, what roles were available in film. And I guess from the point I discovered costume design as a medium, I was really interested in clothing and presentation as a form of storytelling. I didn't have any formal film education and I didn't know anyone working in film and TV, but at the point where I realised it was something I really wanted to pursue, I did ask for some advice from a more experienced costume designer, and she told me that a good way to get into film was working at a costume rental house. So I did that, and by chance there was someone I worked with who was meant to be assisting on a TV pilot quite soon after, and I just took the opportunity, told a little white lie, and she couldn't make it. She was looking for cover for her position, and I said that I could do it. I thought it was a really fun experience and a kind of work environment that I'd never been part of before. And I really liked that. I liked the challenge. It was so fast-paced, and I just loved it. And that was, from there, I carried on assisting that designer, and then I met more, and the rest is history. Basically, I've been doing it since then. The more I've learned, the better I've got at my job. I have realised that actually it's a more fruitful experience when everybody is coming with a lot of ideas, and it really is a shared responsibility and a shared goal, and I'm really interested in colours and tones and how other people I'm working with have interpreted the script and the story as well. I feel like the pieces of media I see that look the best are the ones where you can tell it's really been a shared effort. And so that's most exciting for me. That's the way I prefer to work. I think once I have a strong desire for something, I am extremely focused on that, almost tunnel vision. And I think also finding this career I think it took me a long time to find a career that I felt like suited me in terms of lifestyle and opportunity and variety. I've tried a lot of different jobs and careers, and this is the only one that I think suits the way I want to live. And it's not a very easy career to sustain or industry to survive in, but I think there's a lot of aspects to it that really suit my personality. I think I'm a people person. I'm quite flexible and adaptable, which I think you have to be, and I think that has benefited me a lot. Every job is so different, every work environment is different, and I actually think I thrive in that kind of career. I don't do well in a job that is the same for years. I liked the pace of it, and that linked to, I feel like, some of the themes within the script as well. I'm very interested in the concept of black rest and black recuperation, black recovery. The time we give ourselves to process things and move through difficult times. I think a lot of dramas or a lot of scripts try to pack a lot of action and a lot of stuff happening, which can be good, but I'm also interested in, I think, scripts that take time to explore themes as well, and how that makes the audience feel as well, and how that makes us relate to the characters within. And I thought that was really interesting. I liked that about the script, and some of the concepts explored in it as well I thought were really interesting and very tender. So I guess my process is more concentrated into really thinking about this one outfit and what it can say and how it will carry your character throughout their journey or through the day. So I think for Sasha we tried to do quite a lot of layering for that character specifically, and just thinking about the different layers and what that would say about her as a character, in terms of what she's carrying with her and what she's protecting. And so I find it it's quite nice as a concentrated process to try and communicate that through one costume for each character. I quite enjoy it. It's a different challenge, but I find that quite fun. And you don't have so much scope to play around with colours, so it's interesting trying to bring all the colours you want for the whole piece into one costume. From my experience of being a HOD, probably what I've learned is actually a major factor is personality management. People management, but more so personality management. I think you often interact with, so many different people in a day, in a month, on a job, all with their own needs and requirements. And I think a big part of my job is managing those and managing my own experience of just working with so many different people with different goals, often in a high pressure situation. And just being aware of sensitivities towards that and knowing how to get the best out of your team, and everybody works differently, processes information in different ways, communicates in different ways. So I think that's probably the biggest thing I've learned, is to be open to that and adaptable and know how best to approach things differently with everyone. I think you have to stay very flexible in this role, and also to not take things personally. It's a big thing I've learned over the years. A lot can happen that's quite stressful or hard to deal with, but the job must go on. You have to get the job completed, and so I think learning not to take things personally has been a major help for me, and to not internalize the experiences that you have throughout the working day as well, has been, I think is crucial. That's a good answer, wasn't it?